What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James, shoot!
.com, and we got Tim Burton's
Miss Peregrine, or Peregrine. I just saw the movie, I still can't pronounce the name. Home for Peculiar Children. What everyone is calling Tim Burton's X-Men.
Yes.
And this movie does actually look like X-Men. You know, it's a school for all these gifted children with all these special powers. Again, something I was first introduced to at CinemaCon. But it is a book series. It's not fresh out of Tim Burton's mind. It is actually a book series that is quite popular, I understand. And we were actually given the first book to read. You know, they were like, here, have this book and get ready for this movie coming out. And someone grabbed the bag that I had and I don't have my book, so I never got to read it. So I'm like, all right, well, cool, I'll just wait for the movie. Sam Jackson, you have Asa Butterfield, who I'm actually a really big fan of.
Eva Green,
who I'm not a big fan of. We also have...
The younger one you said is going to be in the new Steven Spielberg Ready Player One, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so. Yep, I believe it's him. And he's doing a film. I don't know if at the end of this year, beginning of next year, where he has something to do with from space. I forget what it's called. But that was also previewed at CinemaCon. We also have. Did we mention Samuel L. Jackson?
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyway, we have a full cast and a movie that looks like it's going to be in that realm of Tim Burton-ness. Now, Tim Burton, as you had known previous to Big Eyes, which I actually really liked. I've not been a fan of Burton's work. I think that he's kind of stuck in his rut. He's refused to move on or change things up. And I've not really enjoyed any movies of his. Actually, wasn't his last movie, did he direct Tim Burton or Alice in Wonderland too?
No, producer.
No, okay.
He directed the first one that did $1 billion.
And won Academy Awards, but I still didn't like it. But he did do Big Eyes, which I really liked, but not many people saw. So anyway, I'm hoping this movie is good. But I'm going in with no expectations. I'm not familiar with the story. You know, I'm expecting a Tim Burton-esque world. It does look kind of like a darker version of X-Men. Well, it's weird to say darker version of X-Men, but more of a creepy Burton version on the X-Men world. So it is a bit long. It's longer than Deepwater Horizon, which is kind of weird because that's I would never have guessed. This movie's about 2 hours and 5 minutes, so I'm hoping it's good.
Well, let's see if it gets all peculiar in the theater.
Ooh.
Alright, so I just got out of Deepwater Horizon.
Yes, you can see our review and that wide eye right up there.
But you just got out of Tim Burton's
Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
And the verdict is... Do you feel awkward and very peculiar?
I do, because that movie was very awkward and peculiar and not very good. Peculiar not in a good way. I really don't understand what I just watched. Not that I don't understand what the movie was about, but like I was so confused because the one thing Tim Burton can do is make anyone can sit down and watch a movie without credits or anything and recognize the Tim Burton movie. He's just one of the most stylized directors of our time. His look is very, very familiar. And this movie feels like someone went commercial with Tim Burton. It does, you know, it is about creepy things and there are weird creatures and things like that, but it doesn't have that signature Burton feel. It feels so commercial. It's just like, don't imagine Tim Burton's X-Men. Imagine Tim Burton's young adult novel. You know, because that's what it feels like. It feels like you have this kid who discovers there's a world that he isn't aware about. He has all these powers, and it just feels so cliche. Asa Butterfield, who is an actor that I really, really like. I'm trying to think of what I've seen him in recently that I actually really liked him in.
The Harrison Ford film, where he's this special kid, space.
Ender's Game?
Yep.
Oh yeah, Ender's Game, but there was another one that I saw recently where I really liked him in. Anyway, he's really not good in this movie. He's very stilted. It was pretty much like how I imagined most Tim Burton movies as of late, where Tim Burton's like, just say the lines, hey, let's get that shot of the tree. You know, I mean, he's so focused on everything else. But even, this is where I get confused, because even the effects in this movie are just completely like, huh? I mean, sometimes they're okay looking, other times they just look so poorly constructed, and you're just like, Tim Burton let this kind of go. It feels like he really phoned this one in, and I know we don't say that expression a lot. I actually think you're not a fan of that expression at all, but it does not feel like he had any directorial presence at all. Is that better? I think Eva Green was actually really annoying in this movie, and it's not because I'm not a fan of her originally. She's actually acts a very annoying way, and maybe that is how the character actually acts, but to me, it felt like we were playing dress up. I wasn't watching actors do another character, I was watching Eva Green dress up, and to me that's always a big problem when I can't actually even invest myself in the movie. Asa Butterfield, who I find charismatic, like I said, and someone that is very affable. I couldn't enjoy him in this movie. He just seems so stilted and things don't seem very believable. Sam Jackson was in a completely other movie. He like just had a blast making this movie, and he was just doing all these things. He's cracking jokes and very serious climactic moments, and maybe that was in the script and it wasn't Sam, but it feels like he's just having fun and not really caring what's going on.
He always does that. Though,
yeah, he did. Well, I think that's just part of when you hire him. It's in his contract.
Yeah.
I get to do what I want. I think that like the actual kind of concept of these peculiar children is a pretty cool idea. I mean, hey, we like X-Men. Why would we not like a story about other, gifted children? And what I like is that they're not a very traditional gifted either. They're not, it's not, well, there is strength and there is like the ability to float. She doesn't really fly, she could just float away. But you have like a character who could spit out bees and project his dreams, like little random things that you're like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. But it all gets wasted on this time traveling, monsters, generic story that just, like at the end of the movie, like it's all build up. And the last 30 minutes are like, they're taking a sunken ship and we're going into different time zones, 1943, 2016. I was like, oh, what the hell's going on here? And it's hard to keep track. And at that point, I didn't care. I just wanted it to end. And the only reason the climax is good is because you have Sam Jackson there just cracking jokes, like as he's, about to be vanquished. And then obviously it feels like a very easy feat. And to me, I know this is a book series. For some reason, I have this feeling this movie's not going to do very well. I don't know what its projections were for this weekend, but I don't think it's going to do very well, even for the Tim Burton maniacs. And if there's going to be more, I guess I'll see that, but I'm definitely not excited. I was really disappointed in this movie.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. All right, so don't forget, guys, our review for Deepwater Horizon is already good to go. Storks is already good to go. And in 7 days, we have a girl that people confuse Eva Green for, Emily Blunt.
Yes, Girl on a Train.
Which I'm excited about.
Me too. I saw one trailer for that movie. Haven't seen anything since.
Same author
I'm really
as
excited.
Gone Girl, right?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, maybe I misunderstood.
I thought it was too, because I was thinking about that the other day, but it could be. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. I think it is a different author.
Either way, looks good.
Yes.
ChasingCinema.com.
Film Lovers website.